on a ledge. That's not how I really walk.
What do you mean you're on a ledge?
I'm
we
on that,
saw it. You're on
that
a
ledge.
You're on the
desert.
plane.
I looked ridiculous walking.
Well, that's how you
Look like a guy
normally
who can't
walk.
look like
Very-
a
You
it
don't
was
see
very
yourself
confusing.
walk. We see you walk every day. That's how you walk.
how I look?
You don't
yeah,
have a
like,
cool-
you're a touch pregnant.
You don't have
That's
a
how
cool
you
walk.
walk.
Just-
All right, to the mountain.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is true.
Unfortunately.
We have to show you who's off the mountain, and this also is confusing because it's not players, it's teams off the mountain because we don't know who their quarterbacks are. So just show it to us. The Raiders, who's the quarterback? Whoever it is, they're off. The Saints, they're off. The Dolphins, till Tua comes back, they're off. The Titans, is it Mason Rudolph, is it Will Levis, they're off. The Panthers, they're going to go back to Bryce. He did complete 2 passes. Somehow it was for -4 yards, but he did get back in the game. They're off, and Daniel Jones, he's off.
Greg, tough.
Sorry, Greg. But we want to put Daniel Jones on because it's probably the last week we're going to see his face on the mountain because we all know next week he's getting benched for Drew Lock, and then he's gone.
Wow.
Bottom of the mountain, Russell Wilson. I thought he'd never show back up on the mountain. I got to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be Justin Fields' job. Not only does he show up on the mountain, he shows up green, he's moving up. The young kids, Drake May, Bo Nix, Anthony Richardson. Fun game to play if you're just kind of checking into Colts games. At the end of the game, Anthony Richardson, more or less than 10 completions. There's no way to tell. It's going to be right around there. But then if it's 10, it might be 220 yards. It could be 60 yards. You have no way to tell. Marcus Mariota makes the mountain, stepping in for Jaden Daniels. And listen, I'm not saying anything. What I am saying is he had 78% completions, 205 yards, 123 rating. And to quote Cam Taylor-Britt, it was pretty nice college offense he was running right there. Jameis Winston, who I think is going to be the new starter in Cleveland, also makes the mountain. Level 6, Kyler, I don't know, man. I just don't know. The runs are dope. Everyone, he's just kind of scurrying around. He looks good. He can make good throws. Then you look, you're like at 140 yards. I don't totally get it. Kirk Cousins, since the 500-yard game, come back down to earth a bit. And that's a bad Seattle defense that everyone's been carving up that he couldn't. Sam Darnold maintains despite the loss because the mountain is fair. Mountain's on pumpkin watch, but the mountain's fair. Sam played fine. Aaron Rodgers, honest to God, man, I wanted to drop you. I couldn't find someone on the row beneath you to put above you. I thought about Russ. I really did, but it would have made Brew too happy. Then there's Brock Purdy. People thought he was going to plummet. Just drops 1 row. 3 interceptions, 1 in the end zone. You know, a lot, can't beat Mahomes. That's fine. Nobody can. Drops. And Wild said it. Trevor Lawrence cooked up what I was told was a great defense.
That's true.
I was told it was a great defense. And
Well,
Trevor,
a little soft.
What? Okay, well, I was told it was a great
They are
defense.
definitely
Trevor, the slow climb back up to glory. Level 5.
Trevor.
Listen, Jaden Daniels. What's the only concern about Jaden Daniels? Skin might be a little frail. Might get hurt. And as a skinny guy that right now has injured ribs, let me tell you, it's not going to heal anytime soon. It's true. It's Greg. I've been asking Greg I asked Greg for some medical tips earlier. Yesterday, I showed him where the injury was. He just started laughing at me for my lack of muscle definition. Here's the thing. I know how Jaden's feeling. It's not going to be great, and the team said it's week to week. He has to drop. Matt Stafford stays where he is. Justin Herbert with just a perfect Justin Herbert game. 370 yards, 11 dimes, 0 touchdowns, don't know. Dak was on a bye. He stays where he is. Jalen Hurts moves up the mountain. I thought Jalen Hurts played the best game he's played in 15 games, like legitimately. I thought he played excellent, and so he moves up. Now to level 4. Tough spot for Baker Mayfield. From the top of Brew's ballot to row 4 of the mountain, and with no Mike Evans for a few weeks, no Chris Godwin the rest of the year, we'll see what he's able to do. Caleb on a bye, so he stays where he is. Jordan Love, he's exciting. There are some really questionable decisions, but some really high-level throws. One of his touchdowns also could have lost him the game. It is a true, sorry Josh Allen, roller coaster with Jordan, but I'm enjoying it. And Geno, quietly, just leading the league in passing, just good yards, just cooked up Atlanta. Brew, every time, look at Brew's face.
Look, I took Geno out pumpkin watch.
He just
I like
wins it.
Geno.
I got it. You
I
know
just
what?
think you wax too eloquent about Geno.
Okay, I think he's a good player.
He talks about Geno like he's.
No, I think Geno is a really good player. I do think that. Row 3, Jared Goff. Shout out to my buddy Laszlo on the radio in Kansas City 99 The Rock, who watches this segment every week. Detroit Lion fan. and hit me 2 weeks ago during the segment. Your Jared Goff disrespect is infuriating.
I mean, that's fair.
And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Guy's been cooking.
You
Let's
think?
move him up.
He said-
Guy's been cooking. I moved him up. Well, he's agreed. I don't know how high you want him.
It's the best
I don't know.
little 3-game run in NFL history.
Oh, I thought Lamar was on that. I don't know. Everybody's got the best ever, the best this, the best that. I don't know. What I know is I moved him up. C.J. Stroud threw for 85 yards. You got to go down. Joe Burrow, I didn't think really played that well this week, but they got to win. They needed to win. He stays where he is. Now to the controversy. Reveal rotate. Josh Allen had a hell of a game this weekend. 300-plus yards, finds Amari Cooper. Lamar is...
What are we doing?
What do you mean, what
Guy
are we
had
doing?
5 touchdowns yesterday.
Who were you talking about? Who had 5 touchdowns?
The guy with 5 touchdowns.
Oh, Lamar?
Yeah.
So you want him lower?
Okay.
Okay. So they're saying that I get it. My apologies. Reveal the top of the mountain. These folks here are going to argue today that the quarterback that they all say is the best in the league, who they love quarterback wins, and he hasn't lost, and he's the defending Super Bowl and 2-time Super Bowl and 2-time Super Bowl MVP, and he had the single best play of the weekend by anyone, truck sticking Mustafa to beat the defending NFC champions. He should drop down the mountain. The mountain knows better. That, my friends, is Mahomes Mountain Week 8. Looking like you bit into a sour jawbreaker. Make me sick, Kevin Wilds.
Jeez,
Go ahead.
Wow. I mean,
But it's defensive.
I'm with you, Wilds. Look, Lamar should be atop the mountain. This is Jackson's Jebel. And if you're asking yourself at home, what is a Jebel?
Yeah.
Well, it's a range of mountains. Don't worry about it. This is why it's a range. When you look at what this man has been doing, I'm just going to celebrate you. Because for far too long, I've kind of questioned who you were as a passer. And I'm owning that. Just as loud as I was then, I'm going to be very loud now. You have been absolutely outstanding. Absolutely electric.
Yeah.
And guess what he hasn't been using a ton of? His legs. He's just been using his arm. Last night, 5 touchdowns, just been extremely special. And oh, by the way, he just might do what I questioned, what many questioned he would be able to do for the 3rd time in his career, which is possibly win another MVP. Because when you look at the numbers in 2019, 2023, which were his MVP years, look at the completion percentage. What's the trend?
Wait a second.
His last 5. Oh yeah.
But
you don't have to wait.
You're not doing his full season?
You're
not doing his full season?
Can we please? Can I continue?
I mean, yeah.
He turned the corner.
Because it's a tapestry. It's a rich tapestry.
I understand, but the graphic doesn't make sense.
It's a rich tapestry. Because when you look at 2019 MVP year, 66 completion percentage, 67. Obviously, he's going up in 71. Total yards per game. Well, he's sitting above 300 yards per game in the last 5 games. Total touchdowns and turnovers. We've been praising Josh Allen for his lack of turnovers. Well, Lamar is right there. He's special. He's doing this. And this is not rushing touchdowns only. This is passing. He only has 2 rushing touchdowns, just so everybody is clear.
And only 1 interception, because 3 of the 4 turnovers are fumbles.
Exactly.
No, I give him credit.
Everything that he's been doing in these last 5 weeks has been very special. There is absolutely no way on God's green earth and on a mountain named Mahomes that it should remain Patrick Mahomes atop that
Can I
mountain.
ask a question?
Ask the question.
Why aren't you caping for Jared Goff? If Lamar should be ahead of Mahomes,
well, I could have done that.
Certainly,
at
least Goff didn't play Mahomes this year.
I could have done that. I
play
talked
worse
about
than
Goff
him
yesterday,
and lose.
but Lamar
I'm
last
just asking,
night.
because here's the thing.
He had such a great game. I
understand. I get it. The last thing that happened is the only thing that's ever happened. And Jared Goff's great game was all the way 2 days ago. So what happened because if you're going to make the case for Lamar based on since week 2, which is all your graphic showed, was since week 2. You're like, we're going to pretend the first 2 weeks of the season didn't start. Can we show Lamar
Well, you're
versus
basing
Goff?
it off of history of
I'm
Super Bowl
I'm
wins
I'm not
and
even
all
arguing
this stuff.
about Mahomes.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even arguing about Mahomes. That's Jared Goff on there.
guys are
Because I knew you were going to do a little chicanery and
It's on-
throw out. And by the way, a little cool statistical trick, America, if you want to do what Greg Jennings did. If you take out guys' bad games, all they play is good games.
In a row.
I love it. I'm just telling you.
That's fair.
It is fair?
Yeah, if you do it consecutively.
Okay, so like if somebody showed you somebody's last 12 games, that's fair. I'm just curious.
Well,
But
you ignore that.
regardless,
Nick does that all the time. That was your favorite go-to
What?
move with the Prince.
What do you mean?
The last six games of last year and the first 3 of this year, he's been phenomenal.
All right, that's fine. I'm just saying, if you're going to cape for Lamar today, then it's got to be golf as well.
Well, move them both up above.
There you
Mahomes.
go. Okay, at least.